to pay respect to Monk Daniel by bowing 3 times. Bow. Second bow. Third bow. And may I invite Monk Daniel to begin the session, please.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone around the world on our Monday meditation on Mind Stories this new month. Welcome to September. Hopefully the past 5 days has been still peaceful and happy, but if not, we can reset, recharge ourselves right now on this Monday together and continue our new month of September on a bright and happy and peaceful path. Right now, it's very good that we're starting the month, like all of us who always come every new month. We always start not only the new month, but also the new week with meditation, which is something that, as we always mention, is so important, is to be consistent, as well as taking the time, as we mentioned last week about right effort, right? We've been putting that on hold for a little bit from last week, and the week before I talked about right effort. This time I remember. Sorry about the past 2 times. I just remind myself that it actually connects to just now. Right effort means what? What is the right effort in Buddhism? It's what you're doing right now. What all of us here are doing and have been doing is right effort. Right effort in Buddhist terms, it comes from something. Do you know? One of the most important groups, it comes from the Eightfold Path, right? There's 8, right? Starting from right view until number 6 is the right effort, which is towards the end of the Eightfold Path. But it's actually very important in the category of training your mindfulness and your concentration, or in meditation, to put it simply. So it actually it connects to what we do every time we join Mind Stories together right now. And it connects to our practice of meditation actually a lot, because right effort basically consists of 4 things. 4 things, meaning that the first thing is to prevent, right? Prevent, extinguish, okay? Prevent and extinguish what? These first 2 things. To prevent unwholesomeness. To prevent unwholesomeness is the first thing. What does that mean? Unwholesomeness in Buddhism we talk about is the greed, anger, and delusion that comes into our mind, that it arises in our mind. And where does that arise from? It arises from our 5 senses. Everything we see, hear, touch, feel. And what happens is, if we don't prevent, what happens is the greed, anger, and delusion occurs in our mind. And what do we have to do next? Extinguish, meaning that, okay, the first one we didn't do well, so we have greed, anger, and delusion occurring in our mind. So what do we need to do? We need to extinguish it. Like, get rid of the greed, anger, and delusion in your mind. How do you do that? There's many ways, right? Keeping the precepts. But ideally, the root of it is to meditate. So you can go to the root and get rid of, it's a lot like grass. Like, you have pesky weeds growing in your lawn. You need to if you just pull out the weed, what happens? If you just pull it out, sometimes you don't pull out the root. So it just grows back again. So you need to dig it and get the root out to make sure that it doesn't grow again. And that's how we do it, by meditating. Meditation is the only true and definite way to get rid of whatever is the root of the problem, which is greed, anger, delusion in your mind. It's embedded in your mind very deeply. So it's so important that why we come here every Monday and we practice meditation every day, because we're doing the right effort to extinguish or remove the greed and anger, delusion, all the negative emotions that gather in our mind throughout the day and throughout the week, throughout our life. And the longer we allow it to grow, the harder it is to get out, and the longer it is to get out. So the most important thing is to be consistent with it so we can keep it at bay. At the bare minimum is we reduce it. and keep it as little as possible. But sometimes it grows back, and then we have to cut it down again, grow back, cut it down. So it's a constant battle until eventually, as the Buddha did, or if people meditate more deeply, you can truly uproot and remove it from your mind. So the first one is what? To prevent. Prevent, I kind of skipped over a little bit, but how do you prevent unwholesomeness, right? Before we go to the extinguish part by meditating, but how do you prevent it is, can you guess? Practicing the precepts, and also in meditation terms, what we've been practicing all the time by using visualization, using the mantra. These are ways to protect your senses as your eyes are open, right? When everyone talks about how do you maintain your mind, how do you maintain your comfort, how do you maintain the refinement of your mind throughout the day, is by protecting and preventing your five senses from developing that greed, anger, and delusion. And the only way to do that is, as we've been practicing, if you use the mantra, use the visualization as you're doing something in your daily life, it helps you to kind of protect your mind from wandering, or protect your mind from feeling greed, anger, and delusion, because it's focused on the visualization or focus on the mantra instead. So this is a way to prevent. But of course, sometimes our shield isn't that strong, so sometimes the unwholesomeness can come in, and then we have to deal with it through meditation. So the first part of right effort, right, is to prevent unwholesomeness, to get rid of it. The third one is to cultivate the opposite, which is cultivate wholesomeness, cultivate good deeds, positivity in your mind. Instead of greed, anger, and ignorance, you develop what? Compassion, you develop love, you develop giving, right? Try to do the opposite. Wholesomeness. Develop wholesomeness, which the best way to develop wholesomeness is through your mind. Again, we have to meditate to get our mind to feel wholesome. And if your mind is positive, you're going to, like we mentioned a lot when we meditate, if your mind is wholesome, your words, your actions, your habit, your character is all going to come in a positive way. But if you try to be wholesome, but you don't go to the root of your mind, then it's kind of like a fake wholesomeness. It's kind of like, we see it often, or we see some people do good because they want praise. They do good because they want likes on Instagram or something like that. Or they post a video of them doing good. There's some people who do it, for the sake of doing good, but there's also people who do it for other reasons. So this is why if you don't go to the root of your mind and make your mind wholesome first, then whatever you do, whatever you say is not going to truly be wholesome as pure as it should be. So again, we're doing it right now, right effort, by meditating. So cultivate wholesomeness, and to make wholesomeness in your mind, in your speech, and your actions grow. If you go back to the law and example, is trying to get rid of the weeds and let the grass grow, or let the flowers and let the good trees in your lawn grow instead of the weeds. Get rid of the weeds and take care of the good things in your lawn, in your mind. The same thing. Let the good things grow in your mind and take out the bad. The last part is to strengthen the wholesomeness that you already have. Meaning that, of course, we all have the ability to think bad and do good. So the wholesome characteristics you have and the good things that you do, continue to keep doing it. That's right effort. So basically, to summarize, it's just to stop doing bad and start doing good. That's it. Right effort. And to make it even simpler than that, Luang Pu, our great master in Visha Thammakaya, he said that stop is the key to success. That is how you do right effort. You stop your mind, you still your mind, and by doing that, why does he say stop is the key to success in both meditation and in daily life? Is because when you stop your mind, you fix the source of everyone's problem, is your mind. The mind that is out of control, your mind that is influenced by negativity, is the root of all of our problems. So if you stop your mind, you're doing right effort. If you connected to the Buddha, he talked about the middle way in this sermon as well. Actually, the Eightfold Path came from his first sermon of the Dhammacakka Sutra, right? That many of us have chanted in our temple thousands of times now, right? The Dhammacakka Sutra talks about the Eightfold Path, and it's the first sermon that he gave to all of his first five disciples. So, right effort, he mentioned that in order to practice this Eightfold Path, we need to do something called the middle way. The middle way means, he compared it to 3 strings. If it's too tight, if you're playing guitar, you play a string instrument, right? If it's too tight, it's not in tune. If it's too loose, it's not in tune. So you have to tighten the string just right. Not too tight, not too loose. And you're going to have a beautiful sound. So that's the same thing with practice, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. All the Eightfold Path is middle way, meaning not too extreme and not too lazy, to put it simple. Have to find the moderation is key to success. So another way to put it is stop your mind so you can get in the middle path. And if you talk about our meditation practice, the middle way practice is what? To be conscious with comfort, in balance, right? That's the middle way. If you're too comfortable, what happens? You fall asleep. If you're too conscious, too mindful, you feel stressed, you feel tense, you feel not relaxed. So it's about, again, the middle way. So everything we've been talking about actually falls back to Buddhism in the sense of the middle way and also the right effort and all these more deep concepts in meditation, in Buddhism, but in sense, it applies to everyone and also applies to what we've been practicing. It may seem simple, but actually it's profound. You may not realize it. What you're doing right now is actually right effort. You might realize it right now that you are following the middle way of meditation and also the path to cultivate your mind on a deeper level, because we're doing it easily. So sometimes when something is easy, maybe you don't see when something good is in front of you, maybe you may not see how crucial it is or how special it is because it's so easy to do. But there's a good way to practice that way, because if it's easy and it's simple, then we do it consistently and we're going to see the benefit very quickly. So that brings me to today's topic, other than right effort. Hopefully that's clear. Do you understand now, right effort? Okay. So I have a question for you before we start our meditation. What's the most important and hardest part of meditation? Can you guess? I'll let you think. The answer is consistency. Is the hardest and most important of meditation. And this is from Paul. He said that consistency is essential. It will gradually allow us to understand the right method. So of course, no one really hits the bullseye the first time they shoot an arrow, right? It takes practice to finally get the bullseye. It's not like the first time you shoot, you're going to get right in the center. It's the same thing with meditation. We don't always get, the deep meditation every session, but as long as you're somewhere on that target, you're on the right path. And as you practice more often, you're going to get closer and closer to the center. And it's actually a lot easier than archery. As long as you practice consistently, you're going to start to feel the right balance easier. So yeah, the answer to this question is what's the most important or hardest part of meditation is to be consistent. So we already got the hardest part out of the way. Because if you're not consistent, this is what happens. people with talent, it can only get you so far in anything, whether it's a profession or sports or in meditation. You may have a talent. Let's say some people let go easily. That's actually a very good talent to have in meditation. You can let go easily. Someone yells at you, someone does something to you, and then you just can forget about it, no problem. Some people can't, but that's a special talent. But even people with that talent, over time, if they don't be consistent with their practice, they're never going to get any deeper in their meditation. Or, if you're good at basketball or you're good at this or that, if you're not consistent with your practice, you're only going to get to a certain level. Let's say you were born to be a good athlete, but you don't put in the effort to improve. The people who maybe don't have as much talent as you, but they're consistent and they keep practicing, eventually they're going to get better than you, as you see on the right side with consistency. You may start with no talent, but as you be consistent at practicing, you get better and you get better results over time. And eventually you can be a professional. So the difference between an amateur and a professional a lot of times just comes back to who is more consistent. And I don't know if you ever listened to, I think I watched about Kobe Bryant, right? Basketball player. He said that one of the main reasons why he's got so good is from his practice. He would wake up early, practice more than others. And that's what set him different than other people. And it's the same thing in meditation, that from my experience and from seeing everyone who meditates well, the only difference from me and them or you and them is that they practice more. They practice just 2 times a day, which is eyes open and eyes closed. And that's what makes them another step ahead of us in meditation. It's not that they were born to meditate. It's just that they put their time into the thing that they love. And when you love something, you don't forget about it. You don't stop doing it. You don't stop trying. So hopefully we can be consistent and practice our right effort together now before we start the meditation. So let's do, like always, before we start our meditation, let's take some time to adjust our body. And if you need to go to the bathroom or drink some water, please feel free to at this time. So like always, before we start our meditation, let's take the time to adjust our body. Make sure that we are relaxed. Now that our body is relaxed, let's not rush. Take the time to find the correct position for you. Because we've used our body all day, and sometimes we have some hidden tension that has been built up. So it's always a good idea to take the time to adjust. And once we found a position that initially feels good, that we can maintain easily, we can softly and gently close our eyes. Closing them naturally, the same way we would when we're going to sleep. Closing our eyes is a crucial step if we close our eyes correctly, comfortably, naturally, the rest of the meditation is going to be smooth. The same goes for our body. If we take the time to adjust correctly, comfortably, relaxingly, the rest of the meditation is going to be easy. Because usually, if you rush into the meditation, people think the faster we go, the sooner we'll get to the destination. But a lot of times we're just rushing into the obstacle rather than the destination that we want to go. So that's why it's important right now to adjust your body first, making sure you feel relaxed and comfortable. Relaxing and releasing every muscle. Whether it's your eyes, your face, relaxing and releasing every muscle from your shoulders, arms, back, all the way down to your hands, legs, and feet. Don't think that you're wasting time, or don't think that we're going too slow. We're actually using our time correctly and wisely. Because meditation isn't about speed. The direction and the method is more important. Just like everything in life, if we want to go or get to our goal, get to our destination, we have to first make sure we're walking or traveling in the right direction, using the right method. The right method in meditation is to practice the middle way, to be comfortable and conscious together, to have that balance. Making sure that we're not too tight, not too loose, but feeling just right. By making sure that our body is relaxed, as well as helping our mind to also relax. This step may be a little bit harder, but it's only hard if we make it hard. It will be easy if we make it easy. Making our mind relaxed can be just as easy as making our body. We just need to learn to let go. Let go of what is hurting you or distracting you. For some reason, we find it hard to let go. But we need to think of it this way. The Buddha compared it to, if you hold on to anger, it's It's like we're holding on to a hot coal. The longer we hold on, the more we burn ourselves, the more we hurt ourselves. It's the same thing as we hold on to the past, or we grasp and hold on to the future. The longer we hold on, the more damage we do to ourselves. So we need to learn to let go so we can focus on the present that is right in front of us, in our hands right now. The present is the only time that is truly ours. And it's the only time that we can hope to make a change. We need to learn to let go so that our mind can connect to the present moment, so we can find our calm, find our peacefulness, find our true happiness. Allow yourself the time to rest your body, and truly rest your mind. Bring your mind back home. Bring your mind back inside to the point of peace that has always been within you. If you find yourself not being able to let go or being distracted, we need to use the mantra or the visualization to help your mind to come back. Whether it's repeating in your mind the mantra, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang. Allowing the mantra to soothe, to relax, to bring your mind to the present, to bring your mind back inside, freeing it, making space, allowing all the clutter or any negativity in your mind to gradually disappear. Or some of us may find it easy to visualize the full moon, the sun. You can even imagine an ice cube. Anything you like, wherever you like, and however you like, as long as it helps you to feel conscious and comfortable. Whatever method we use, the end goal is to let go and to do nothing, to follow the comfort, just follow the relaxation. Allow it to be your guide. Because when we practice using the right effort in meditation, means following the middle way, not being too tight, not being too loose, but finding that feeling that feels just right. You will know for yourself, because your mind and your body will tell you, this feels okay. I like this feeling. So trust yourself and follow that feeling. What makes you comfortable? What makes you feel conscious? But with comfort. And as we practice correctly, following that middle way, we are already on the right path. And the longer we stay on this path, the more clear, the more bright, the more positive our mind will become. As we begin to extinguish the greed, the anger, the negativity within you, the fire of unwholesomeness will begin to disappear. And instead, we'll begin to cultivate and allow the positivity within you to grow, to blossom. That is the magic of meditation. As long as we feel conscious with comfort, every second that passes by is a miracle. Every moment of peace, every moment of silence, it adds up. It removes the negativity within your mind. And as it removes that negativity, it makes space for the positivity to grow. And before you know it, your mind will be filled with only positivity. As it begins to grow and expand within you. All we need to do is to follow our comfort. Follow the relaxation of both body and mind. We don't need to do anything. Just observe. The only time that we need to do something is when we find that that balance is no longer the middle way. We feel too tight. We feel too loose. then it's time for us to adjust. And please feel free to adjust. The sooner you adjust, the sooner your meditation will continue on the right path. Because if the string is too tight or too loose, we won't be able to play a beautiful sound. The same is true in meditation. If it's too loose or too tight, the feeling of true happiness, the beauty of the meditation, it won't be able to occur until we adjust. But for now, if you feel comfortable, if you feel relaxed, even if we don't see anything or we don't experience anything that we feel is special, remind yourself, as long as you feel relaxed and that your mind is quiet, your mind is still, that is already a special experience. That is the most important experience already. Because a mind that is still, a mind that is silent, is a mind that can unlock the true happiness within you. Just continue to stay relaxed, calmly, contently, patiently. The darkness in your mind will begin to fade naturally and automatically. And we'll be able to see and feel the happiness rising within you, just like the sun as it rises above. So right now, let's enjoy our meditation together in silence. Now that our mind is more calm, more relaxed, we have taken the time to practice and use the right effort to remove any negativity in our mind, allowing the positivity and wholesomeness to grow. That's why Luang Pu said that stop is the key to success. Because every moment that your mind becomes still, every moment that your mind stops, it's like a bright light shining in the darkness, like a spark, like a star. It's a brightness that's created through relaxation. It's a brightness of mind that is free from greed, anger, delusion, or any negativity. That's why those moments that we collect are special. As we've taken the time to collect those moments, it fills our mind with positivity. As we allow our mind to be filled, we begin to feel it within us. And now that we have allowed those wholesome feelings to grow, whether it's true happiness, true love, true wholesomeness, it can only come from a mind that is at peace, a mind that is still. Now that our mind is positive and filled with more positivity, let's take the time to spread it, allowing it to expand from within you, expanding onto your face, forming into a smile of contentment, our true smile, a smile of happiness, a smile that can help to change not only your day, your world, but the day and the world of people around you. Now that our mind is positive, we can shine that positivity out through our words, through our actions. But first, let's shine our positivity with our mind, wishing for everyone, our loved ones, our family, our friends, wishing for everyone in the world to be free from any suffering, being able to find a happiness For those of us, or for those who are happy, may their happiness continue to grow. Wishing for everyone to have the opportunity to meditate, to cultivate their own inner happiness. And as we finish wishing, we can slowly bring our attention back to ourselves, to where we feel relaxed. And just keep our mind there for a moment, continuing to relax and let go, and just enjoy the positivity that you feel. Sapphe Buddha Palapata Pache Ganang Jayang Palang Arahanta Nate Shirakang Pantami Sapaso Sapabuddha Nupavena Sapadhamma Nupavena Sapasangha Nupavena Satha Soti Bhavantu Te. By the power of the positivity generated by your meditation, help to bless your life, to be clear, to be bright in every way. And when you are ready, you may softly and gently open your eyes. Okay, so welcome back, everyone. As we're waiting for everyone to come back, like always, I would like to pass the mic back to our lovely moderator, Ms. Pam.
Thank you so much to Monk Daniel. Just a very beautiful guided meditation. So hopefully everyone feel relaxed and happy. And we're gonna have group photo session. So may I invite everyone to open the cameras and sharing your inner peace smile together. So feel free to turn on cameras and sharing your inner peace smile. Okay, thank you so much for joining. And now we're gonna move to Q&A sessions. If you would like to share meditation experience or you would like to ask any question, feel free to type in the chat box So Monk Daniel can elaborate more. And may I transition back to Monk Daniel, please? Thank you.
Okay, like always, if you could please give me initial how you felt, that'd be wonderful as well. And if you could also expand, if there's anything that you would like to elaborate on, or anything that was maybe a little bit difficult, or even something new, something special, please feel free to expand so we can help each other as a community, as well as if I have anything I could help you with. So I see some Vanessa 1.5, Jesse 4.8. Oh, today very specific numbers. Edwin 2.5, 4. Okay, so we have a lot of numbers today. It's good to see the range. It's really good that you can know yourself and observe yourself, that how is today different. This is like a really essential tool to improve in meditation and actually in life in general, right? If you don't see what is your problem, or you don't see what you need to improve on, it's very hard to improve your life, and especially in meditation. It's a little bit more difficult in meditation because you're looking at your mind, and sometimes that's harder to see than, you're driving and a tree falls down on the road. That's pretty obvious. But when you're in meditation, you're meditating and you feel sleepy, or you feel drowsy, or you feel distracted, maybe it's not as obvious. So if you're able to see it, okay, that's half the battle already. Now we can overcome it. Every meditation master I've met, and every meditation person who has very deep meditation, they always tell me, you need, other than being consistent, is have to be able to observe yourself, and you can improve really quickly. Some people don't know their obstacle, and then they just get trapped in it for many years. Like me, I used to fall asleep easily in meditation, and you can really get trapped in that for a while until you realize, oh, I'm actually falling asleep. Or sometimes, I even had tension as well. From trying too hard in meditation as well, because I want to get the deeper experience, for example. Okay, so from Elsa, thank you very much. Thank you. Very good relaxation. Every day more and more content. We're very good. The word content is very important in meditation as well, because that's the only thing that's stopping you from feeling relaxed, is not being content. A lot of times we are relaxed. I like my Paul once told all of us that if you're meditating right now in this room, he asked everyone sitting in the room, like, do you feel relaxed? Or do you feel sick? And we said, oh, we feel relaxed, Paul. And he said, yeah, if you don't feel relaxed, you would probably be in the hospital, or you'll be somewhere else. You wouldn't be sitting here right now. So it means that you have enough relaxation to meditate. It just means, can you be content with it or not? Or are you comparing to the past, or is your mind in the future? So that's stopping you from feeling relaxed. Even though sitting right now, listening to me, I'm pretty sure most of us aren't suffering or in some kind of pain, right? We're able to sit. So just being able to sit and be content with that is enough to get into a deep meditation. From Mark. Thank you, Monk Daniel. My meditation went through waves. At first, I was a little distracted, but then I started to relax into it and feel the inner peace. Sadhu. Yeah, meditation is like waves. It's like everyone in the beginning, or every session, you may feel that way. But the thing is, we can go through it, right? And just keep going, and eventually the waves will calm down. It's just like your mind's been stirred more every day. It's more than others. Some days it's stirred a lot. Some days it's not that much. So the waves of your mind, some days can be stormy. Some days can be, like a silent lake. So it just depends on how you maintain your mind throughout the day. Or even though you try your best to maintain it we're surrounded by many things, so it's hard to always have a silent meditation. But the thing is just to trust the process and just trust in yourself that you're doing the right method. Just ask yourself, am I practicing correctly? Do I feel that balance between being conscious and comfortable? And when I'm using the mantra, using the visualization, because that's going to be kind of your boat that's going to help you go through those waves. And the thing is just to stay on the boat. If you fall off, okay, get back on the boat again. And eventually those waves will calm down. But one thing that people have problem with is they have a lot of waves, and then they don't feel confident that they're practicing the right way. And then you kind of go in circles. So this is just a tip for anyone listening, is that if it's like this, you feel a lot of waves, just keep going with the method that you feel comfortable, you feel relaxed, and trust that you're practicing correctly. And before you know it, those waves are going to calm down. Like Mark explained, that eventually you can get into that peacefulness and that again. So there can always be some storms in the meditation, but we can get through it easily if we just don't panic. Don't panic, or you don't need to fight the waves. Just ride them out. Ride them out. If you fight it, it's only going to get worse. And just ride it out with relaxation and comfort. And before you know it, it's going to calm down, just like Mark. Thank you for sharing, Mark. And from Vanessa, okay. Pretty angry today. I feel like I receive a lot of negativity from my local environment. People are not in control of their lives and pouring it into me. I couldn't reach positivity yet. I saw clearly how my unhappiness was there, which I guess is a good first step. Don't know what to do though, as people live their own life and I shouldn't care. At least, as you said, you know that unhappiness is there. And now we have to keep get it out of your body, right? Out of your mind. The same thing as in the beginning, we talked about right effort. So right effort means once you acknowledge the unwholesomeness that's in your mind, you need to put in the effort to get it out as soon as possible, which the best way to do it right now is what you're doing, is by meditating. And of course, if you have a lot of anger, and the longer you let that anger burn, the stronger the fire. So the bigger the fire, the longer it takes to put out. So you just have to be patient with it, and also just try to meditate longer. And as you stay with the mantra, stay with the visualization, or even both at the same time, it's like the water that's going to help to put out the fire. But that's why it's so essential that once you feel the anger growing in you or the negativity growing with you, the sooner you can switch the channel or switch your mindset to something that can help you relax, the better. In the future, like if you feel angry at someone or you feel disappointment or frustration, I always tried to practice I feel it coming, and then I had tried to shift to maybe using the mantra or visualization just to quickly change the thought or the feeling as soon as possible. So you can try that as someone angers you outside, don't try to dwell too much on it. The longer you dwell on it, the stronger that negativity is going to grow. So it takes some practice, of course, but the sooner you realize and the sooner you adjust, the easier it's going to get, the quicker you're going to be able to put out that fire. And yeah, we can't control the people, we can't control the environment, but we have to kind of learn how to practice understanding and let go. And the only thing we can control is ourselves and how we react to the environment. So, if it's really hot out, we can focus on being hot, or we can focus on what we can control, which is how we feel and how we're going to react to that hot. Are we going to complain about it, or are we just going to, okay, it's hot, let me go find something to cool off, rather than focusing on being hot. If you just focus on being hot, it's just going to get hotter. But if it's hot out, maybe I need to go get something cool to drink, or go take a shower, or go somewhere where it's cool as quickly as possible. The same thing. hopefully that helps. And I'm sure you'll feel better soon. Just keep meditating. From Ariel. Today's meditation is like a massage in the head. Today I felt a little bit down and I felt like my mind is like a sponge that absorbed too much negativity. And the meditation is a way to squeeze out all the negativity and let me feel lighter. Exactly. I think a long time ago I talked about that as well. Our mind is like a sponge. Exactly. It's good that you realize that, because unfortunately our mind, we only have one right now. So normally if your sponge, that you use to wash the dishes or whatever, if it gets dirty or if it gets used too much, we can buy a new one. But our mind, we can't. The only way to make it clean, the only way to get rid of the negativity is like you explained, to squeeze it out, to release it. And if you meditate correctly, it's going to slowly release and it's going to remove, like you just said, all the negativity is going to get pushed out. So I'm very glad that you were able to do it, and please continue to practice. And the thing is that when we acknowledge that, like you said, that we're filled with negativity, we also need to react correctly by letting it go as soon as possible. This is really important, because when we practice meditation, we talk about, okay, if you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel in balance, you need to adjust. And we do it. But the same thing we should do in daily life, put it into practice. If you don't feel that balance as well, you need to adjust. So you feel really negative all of a sudden throughout the day, don't dwell in it. Try to adjust yourself to relax again as well. And the way we know how to do it now is by meditating, by taking a break, take a rest, and that's going to help you to not be too full of, not be this huge sponge of negativity and then have to come and squeeze it out now, so that you can help to kind of release it throughout the day. So anyway, thank you for sharing. I'm glad that you realized that for yourself, and maybe try to find more time to meditate so you can have that massage more often, release more often. From Tan, I must meditate longer for 60 minutes as the physical body flared up and I got up to take care of it. Very good that you got up to adjust. I readjusted many times and I reset wandering thoughts a bit, so I recalled the merit till feeling blissful, till distracted with the physical condition. I forgave all who have done wrong to me from the first existence to the present moment. Oh, very deep. It's a good way to think about it, yeah. If you can make a wish or make that kind of mindset that you forgive everyone, even though you just think it, it's a good step. It's better than not thinking it. Some people say, oh, how can just thinking I forgive you or just saying it in my mind, how is that going to help? It's better than not thinking it, right? It's better than not making any effort to forgive them. So it's a good step. It's actually very good, especially like when we spread love and kindness in the meditation or we just think it. It's all a good step in the right direction. So if you can think to forgive someone, it starts the process to actually forgive them. And so it's a good thing to practice. And so thank you for sharing, Tan. And hopefully everyone can make that effort too. The hardest thing to do is forgive, of course. But if you do it step by step like this, it's going to get easier as you kind of let go of the resentment. Pam, thank you very much for today's session. Very wonderful. My body expanded, very light and very sabai. Sometimes I felt the light inside, but not bright. I would like to ask Luang Pi Daniel, on yesterday's session, while Luang Pa leading, offering food to the Lord Buddha and the brightness happening during that time, which he invited everyone to change sitting position and palms up. What should we do? I felt I wanted to continue the meditation. I just followed him very softly and gently and the brightness faded away. So you mean that towards the end of the meditation, he would tell you to adjust, right? And put your palms up? In my experience, I don't worry about the experience disappearing or shifting. I just follow what he says. If he says to move, if he says to adjust, I just do it without thinking, and it's not gonna hinder your meditation. It's just gonna be good. So in that ceremony, the ending of the meditation in that ceremony is very important too. It's actually why he kind of wants to make sure everyone's like awake, everyone's kind of there. That's why he does it as well, because the end of the Bushaka ceremony at the end is actually very important. So it's good to be conscious and comfortable at that moment. From Fiona, someone hurt my son very cruelly, and it's been hard for me to forgive, but the practice really helps. Yes, unfortunately, we can't control other people, but we have to learn how to forgive. And as you said, if you meditate more, it's going to be able to practice that forgiveness. And, the event already passed. And if we just stay with the negativity of that event, it doesn't change anything, right? It's like we carry something hot with us. We carry something smelly with us. For what? We're the one suffering. The person who did it or the event that happened, it's already gone. They already moved on. Or if it's a storm, the storm already passed. And for some reason, we're still sitting there like, why did this happen? Or why? So we're the one suffering while that person already moved on. So we have to kind of move on too, so we can also get better. It's similar to a wound, right? If you get a cut, if you keep picking at it, you're going to get scarred and it's going to get worse and it's not going to heal. But if you have a wound and you just try to take care of the wound initially, clean it, put some medicine on it, and leave it alone so it can heal, right? But if you keep touching it, you keep picking at it, it's never going to heal. So it's the same thing. Some things we have to learn how to let go and try our best to deal with it initially, and then as we let it go, it's going to heal. Sometimes I don't realize the sponge is too heavy. That's why we need to have awareness by practicing meditation. Exactly. That's what the benefit of meditation is. As you practice more often, you're going to have more awareness of the most important thing is how you're feeling. That's one of the direct benefits of meditation. In the past, we're not aware and we just kind of let things happen. Right now I'm angry. Right now I am sad. Right now I'm just let it keep going like a broken, I don't know, like a tape that won't stop playing or a movie that won't stop playing. We don't stop it, even though we have the power to pause or the power to stop the movie or whatever. The same thing with it. If you feel angry, you feel like in the past, even for me, I used to be, I think, pretty impulsive, pretty easily to get angry or easily to get upset. And I feel like I know from my experience that as we practice meditation more, it changes how you feel, how you think, how you act. And you may not realize it now, but you can ask the people around you. They'll start to see, oh, what happened? What did you do? Oh, nothing. I just meditate. And if you meditate correctly, the benefits that you'll see will happen quickly. Maybe you don't realize it, but your friends and your family and people around you will start to see. Next time, you'll realize quicker. So keep practicing. Okay. So thank you, everyone. I think that's all of the comments for now. Hopefully, I don't remember who asked about the right effort. Hopefully it's clear now. If not, maybe you can continue with the Eightfold Path. I don't know if that's something you want to go into, but what we're practicing right now, it may seem so simple, but it's actually following the Eightfold Path, right? Rather than whether you realize it or not. So, okay, thank you everyone for joining on Monday and Thursday, and every day. Join your own meditation session. Don't have to wait for the monk to come. You know, you can observe yourself. Is your mind a monkey today, or is your mind like a monk? And you can balance it for yourself. If your mind is too much like a monkey, maybe you need to make your mind a little bit more like a monk. You can do that anytime, anywhere. So please practice, be consistent, and before you know it, you're going to feel that happiness within you again. And it's going to help you to make everything else in your life successful. Remember, the recipe to success is to keep your mind clear and bright and at ease, and then everything else is going to be successful. So thank you everyone for joining, and see you next Monday.
Thank you for a wonderful session with Monk Daniel today. And hopefully everyone have learned a lot, get a lot of tips and technique to practice during the week. And before wrap up the session, may I invite everyone to pay respect to Monk Daniel by bowing 3 times. Bow. Second bow. Third bow.
So may everyone, by all the positivity that you have done and all the positivity that you have generated by meditating consistently and every day in the past, may all that positivity gather within you to be a positive energy that pulls and attracts positive situations, positive people, positive opportunities into your life, being able to make your life successful and fortunate, be healthy, to be strong of both body and mind, to overcome any negativity easily and quickly, and most importantly, may be able to maintain your mind and connect to that positivity within you anytime, anywhere, quickly and easily. Turn.
Sadhu. Thank you so much for a wonderful blessing. And we're gonna have a Thursday session as normal. And therefore, this week is very special because we have the Saturday 10, which is the Vicha Dhammakaya Master Days. We're gonna have a session, leading monk will be Monk John. So please invite more friends or your loved one to join on the Saturday as well. So it's gonna be the same time, same Zoom ID. And before that, we're gonna see each other again on this Thursday. Have a great day and take care. Bye-bye.